Jennifer Tilly is looking down at pocket aces.
Did you look at your cards?
Yes, I am qualified.
I bet you are.
Pre-flop begins with a double straddle. Tony G decides to attack the money. He raises to 5,000. It is a standard aggression play from the loudmouth pro, expecting to pick up the blinds and straddles. However, Jennifer Tilly, sitting in the double straddle, wakes up with the pre-flop nuts. She doesn't slow play. She 3-bets to 15,000. This is a pivotal moment. A tighter player might fold ace-jack here, fearing domination, but Tony G's ego and the deeper stack depths convince him to stick around. The flop falls all spades. This monotone board changes the math entirely. Tony G has flopped middle pair with his jack, but he holds no spades, meaning he is drawing very thin if he is behind. Tilly, however, holds the ace of spades along with her overpair. She fires a continuation bet of 25,000. Tony G, ever the non-believer, convinces himself that Tilly might be semi-bluffing with a hand like ace-king holding a spade.
Big pot.
Huge.
The turn brings the 8. Here, Tilly decides to exercise pot control. She checks. This is a savvy move. By checking, she conceals the strength of her hand. She knows that if she bets again, she might only get called by a flush or two pair. The river is the 3. Now, Tilly repeats the bet sizing from the flop. This is a classic value inducement bet. It is small enough that it looks like a defensive blocking bet or a weak attempt to steal the pot.
Wow.
Wow, aces with the spade. Very nice, Jim.
You had me drawing dead.
Really?
Insane. Wow.
It's getting fun, isn't it?
Double straddle and picks up aces, huh?
No, I know, right?
How beautiful is that?
The first double straddle was aces. Guess that's a sign.
That's my first aces, too.
Well, you deserve it.
Doyle Brunson is looking down on ace-8 suited. Scott Seaver opens to 1,200 from early position into a deep, splashy lineup. The table does what this table always does. They come along. Phil Galfond flats, the loose cannon. Given calls, Doyle Brunson calls, and a couple more chips splash in behind. No one wants to fold suited cards or connected stuff in position, and Seaver is now driving a multi-way pot with a stack-to-pot ratio that rewards made hands and nutted draws more than thin bluffs. Flop is a fireworks board in a 5-way pot. It checks down to Galfond, who takes the initiative for 2,600. That probe makes sense with overcards, pairs, or a diamond in hand. Given immediately springs to 10,000. From his seat, Jack 10 of diamonds, or a single diamond hand with some backdoors, feels like it wants to put pressure on one diamond check calls and small pairs. Doyle just calls. That flat is icy. It invites everyone to continue while hiding the real story. Ace-8 of diamonds has already arrived at the nut flush, and cold calling keeps in every dominated diamond that wants to rep strength. The king of hearts hits. Front door diamonds are still the headline, and the king also upgrades a few holdings to top pair plus a diamond, given shoves. He is polar now, telling the table he has a monster or nothing, and with Jack 10 of diamonds, he believes he is value, jamming a strong flush before a scary river kills action. Doyle does not posture or speech play, he just calls. That call is the hammer drop. When the man with the cowboy hat does not even consider raising, it caps everyone else and quietly signals, "I have you crushed, keep betting."
All in.
He's all in. Doyle calls.
He's got the
I
nuts.
got the... Oh. I just straight. Good hand. I'm drawing dead. Good game, guys.
Good game, man.
It was fun.
Whoa, Canada. That's it for the cannon.
Dang, you hit the card and you didn't...
Yeah.
The loose cannon is looking down on 10-8 suited. He opens to 2,000 from early position and gets a crowd of people that flat behind him. Nobody is squeezing, so the pot goes multi-way with a lot of capped ranges. Ferdinand still owns the initiative, but he is also walking into a 4-way pot which can always get messy.
Love the action, boys. I could use these chips.
Yeah, we're giving you the action, you know that.
Can you feel the love?
I love it.
You'll get the opportunity, that's for sure.
Well, if I fold, I'm definitely rooting for you to win.
Flop comes a minefield. Veldhouse has queen 9 suited and quietly connects with top pair. Ferdinand's 10-8 is the hand of the moment here. A flop straight with front door flush and straight flush draws. Mosseri has 2 big overcards and air. Jetton has 10-3 and is done unless something weird happens. Checks roll around to Veldhouse, and that tells him exactly what he needs to know. Nobody screaming straight or a set, and Ferdinand did not stab as the pre-flop raiser. Veldhouse takes the lead for 5,700.
I'm all in.
And he's going all in again. Abe folds.
I wonder who we rooting for this hand.
Probably rooting for me to fold.
Ferdinand does not mess around. He rips it. With a flop straight and front door flush, his shove is the classic pressure play.
You got some sick reads, Lex. You got reads on all of us.
We know one guy that's rooting for you to fold. There he is. There he is.
I know.
He's about to come over and take your cards and throw them right in the muck.
And by using his image of the loose cannon, Veldhouse thinks for about a beat and then
Lex calls. And Bobby loves it.
You got it? Oh my God. Wow. Everything. That is everything.
Pretty nice hand, sir.
Nuts.
Nuts redraw.
All season long, I see loose cannons going all in with ace high, middle pair, bottom pair.
No.
That's like going through my head.
You can't even hit the 9 of diamonds to help you make a full house here.
Just the one time is fine for Bobby, thanks. The meaningless river.
Oh, straight flush.
Straight flush he made.
That's sick.
Tony G is looking down at Queen 10 offsuit. Pre-flop initiates a battle between the loudmouth professional, Tony G, and the loose cannon Hrankowski, an amateur given a stack of cash to play with the big boys. Hrankowski wakes up with a premium holding, ace-queen offsuit. He puts in a standard raise to 2,000, looking to assert dominance early. Tony G, sitting with Queen 10 offsuit, decides to defend.
Just to see if I can get it all in as well, and you have quads.
Tony is in a perilous position.
I'll make it a big pot, though.
The flop is an absolute powder keg. It is the kind of texture that hits everyone. Hrankowski has flopped top pair, top kicker with a gut shot straight draw to the nuts. A fantastic hand. However, Tony G has flopped top and bottom 2 pair. Standard poker theory dictates that Tony should check to the pre-flop raiser. Tony G, however, has never cared much for standard theory. He leads out with a donk bet for 5,000. By betting into the aggressor, he seizes control of the narrative immediately. The turn brings the 2. Tony G keeps his foot on the gas. He fires a second barrel of 10,000.
Wow. I like your hand. You want to swap hands?
He is extracting value, knowing that an amateur with top pair is rarely folding. For Tony G, this is the perfect card. He improves to a full house, 10s full of queens. For Hrankowski, it is a deceptive card.
I hope you don't have quads. I guess you don't. There's no straight flush out there.
Tony G decides to go for a massive value bet. He fires 35,000 into the pot.
There goes all the profit.
The loose cannon has to decide if Tony G is capable of firing 3 streets as a bluff, or if he is value owning himself with a worse queen. Hrankowski goes into the tank. He looks at the board. Straights are possible, king 9, trip 10s are possible, and full houses are possible. He realizes that Tony's lying leading into the razor and betting big on 3 streets screams immense strength.
You have a good chance of winning the hand if you call.
He was begging at that point. That was begging. I wasn't sure. And then he begged at the river.
So Ken folds. Let's see if he made the right decision. Tony G with Queen 10 full boat.
Made a good lay down there, Ken.
I had a full house.
Yeah, you begged at the river. When he was about to fold, Tony, wait.
Did you flop it straight?
Bet too much.
No, he had ace queen.
Tom Dwan looks down at pocket 7s on the button. Peter 3-bets to $7,200 from the small blind with ace 5 suited, the classic light squeeze that leans on his perceived range advantage and punishes wide opens. It folds out a chunk of Dwan's air while still having blockers and playability when called. Against Dwan, though, that kind of hand rarely wins the pot uncontested. Dwan calls for solid reasons. Pocket 7s have real showdown value, don't fear most flops, and crucially can cooler top pair ranges by upgrading to sets on ace high or 10 high textures. Flatting also preserves position and a healthy SPR, letting him navigate post-flop without bloating the pot pre. The flop comes ace 7-10. Peter fires $5,500 into the pot. From his seat, this board is his. The 3-better owns more strong ace X, And c-betting denies equity from backdoor suits and gutters like king-queen or queen-jack. Dwan isn't buying. With middle set, he turns that auto c-bet into a lever, bumping it to $16,000. The raise does three things. It taxes all Broadway draws immediately. It announces that Peter won't get to set the pace for cheap, and it starts building a pot that can comfortably play for stacks by the river. Peter calls, consistent with top pair, decent kicker hands, some sticky queens and jacks with back doors, and the occasional trap. He keeps his range wide enough to fight future streets while not clarifying where he's at. The turn is the queen, tightening ranges and connecting with Broadway draws. Peter now leads for $15,000, trying to seize the initiative back on a card that improves many of his semi-bluffs. This stab is less pure value and more about denying a free river to king-jack, queen-jack, and jack-9, while forcing Dwan to declare strength or fold middling hands. The lead also subtly caps him. When the small blind block bets on this texture, he's less likely to hold sets that slow-played the flop and more likely on one pair, ace-x or a queen, that picked up equity. Tom Dwan doesn't hesitate. He raises to $48,000. A size that polarizes his range and puts every draw in the vice. It punishes the block bet, prices out those 12 to 15 outer combos, and reclaims initiative so he dictates the river. Just as important, the raise calibrates the stacks. After this, the remaining SPR is low enough that any blank lets him jam cleanly, while even scary rivers have already been charged a premium.
Wow, all in. And a snap call. $262,000 pot. Peter is drawing dead. Tom makes a full house on the river.
Brian Rast is looking down at pocket aces. Pre-flop brings us a confrontation that represents the ultimate nightmare for any high-stakes professional, the cooler in a battle of aggression. Lou opens the action to 2,500 with pocket queens. In the online world where Lou plays 24 tables at once, this is a standard open that prints money over time.
Hey, Phil, do you want some good luck?
Oh, that's dangerous. When you see my hand and then I'll try another one. That was fun.
One time?
Yeah, let's try it.
One time.
Look at both of our hands, you know, when we're both in it. This is where I lose 20, 30K.
However, sitting to his left is Rast, a legend of the live high-stakes arena who is used to playing for millions in Bobby's room. Rast looks down at the prettiest sight in Hold'em, pocket aces. Rast knows that Lou is capable of light 3-betting and 4-betting, so he decides to stoke the fire immediately.
This is how I would sweat it in real life. I would go like this and hope for not that hand.
Lame.
That was lame, yeah. Well, Rast ruined the fun.
This is a sizing designed to look like a squeeze or a re-steal, inviting Lou to fight back. And fight back he does.
How much more is that?
Lou, refusing to be bullied and holding a premium pair, puts in a 4-bet to 23,000. At this point, the alarm bells should be ringing. In deep stacked live poker, a 4-bet usually polarizes a range significantly, but Lou is sticking to his aggressive online roots where queens are simply too strong to fold.
How much is it?
23,000.
20 what?
23.
23. How much more do you have?
Less than, not that much more. That help? You want exact?
28 more.
Yeah.
That much more.
I love this. This is fun.
All right. Amanda.
It's time to look, Amanda. Go.
Amanda.
I like Brian Rast, but this is a pretty gnarly slow roll.
All right, I'm going to go all in.
Are you serious or not?
Yeah.
All right, I call.
All in and call.
Ooh.
That hurt.
He goes, are you serious? I never heard that before.
You played that like a pro, kid. Now you better run 2 boards because you know the first one's coming with a queen every time.
What do you want to do? I don't care. I prefer to run more boards, I guess.
What do you want to do? You pick.
Twice is fine.
Okay.
King, king, deuce.
That was like some serious paint, but it was black, so it wasn't as scary because it's got to be red for me to be scared.
Correct. He knows because see how they're both black? That means that
He's smarter than he looks.
Boom.
9 of hearts. Full boat for Brian Rast.
That's a good card for you.
Yeah.
Great card for you.
How's that a good card?
Because now there's one less ace he can hit.
Because now the next flop won't come out just ace.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's just like over.
Of all the cards.
Lou hits his queen.
Hey, there's a queen, sorry.
It was a good card, I guess. The ace,
I'm in trouble.
You have the ace of hearts.
There's the ace. Oh, I do. That's the way I can win. Is backdoor hearts.
Backdoor straight.
To the turn. 8 of diamonds.
Well, that closes the door on all the backdoor outs. Randy Lou now has a full house. Brian Rast can only win with a bigger full house, which means he's going to need the last ace in the deck.
King of diamonds. Randy's going to win half the pot.
Scary. All right. Chop up that big pot.
Chop it up.
Chop up the lines.
Yeah, he deserved to be a little lucky.
We should have done it one time, my kid.
Yeah, it's easy to say now, right?
No.
You never know.
I'm a funny pro, I guess, because I can't help but think that stuff.
So look what happens, Matty. You sweated his cards, and he just lost, I don't know, 60,000.
Daniel is looking down at Queen Jack suited. 2 players before him have called a pre-flop raise, but he decides to 3-bet to $400. Bo is in the tank, and by the look on his face, folding is not even an option. He's got Queen 5 offsuit, no position, and just watch Daniel fire a 3-bet. What is he even thinking? He just calls, and Dat right after him calls too, holding King 9 suited. A hand that looks way prettier than it actually is when sandwiched between a 3-bet and a call. Jake's turn now, and he also decides to call with 3-4 suited, while getting a massage. Damn, that looks good. In fact, I'm gonna visit my Thai masseuse after I finish this video.
Wow. That's a nice flop for Daniel. Not so much for Jake, though he may not think that right now. Top 2 for Dat as well.
Bo, somehow still alive in this hand with Queen 5 offsuit and 0 clubs, fires $500 into a $2,000 pot like he's playing an entirely different game. Is this a bet or a donation? Dat makes the call with top 2 pair, but he knows better than to get frisky here. In a 4-way pot with 3 clubs on the flop, raising would be like poking a beehive and hoping for honey. Jake raises to $3,200 with just a baby flush, and while that might technically be a made hand, it's far from safe. He's not repping the nuts. He's just hoping to scare off anyone sitting there with a single club and a decision to make. Daniel just flats with the second nut flush, a move that keeps the pot manageable, but might come back to haunt him. A raise here could have smoked out any 1-club hand still chasing that dreaded nut flush, but instead, he opts to play it cool.
That club is going to kill Daniel's action despite him having the super nuts.
Daniel moves all in right away and Jake folds.
Wow.
I know what to do. I fluffed the nut. Oh my God.
Oh!
Thank you. Straight flush. Is that crazy though?